The first time I saw you, you were dressed like a gypsy pimp, with a white fur coat and a gilded cane that you walked without a limp. I was called for a gig on Christmas Day, the other guy had bailed. But when I got to the pub, there were three of us, so we said, let's split this deal. And the slush outside was mixed with mud, and the bar, it was half empty. The microphones were broken, but the beers, they were plenty. We played the Foggy Doo and Molly Malone, we played the Drunken Sailor, we played Raglan Road and Dirty Old Town, we sang the Wild Rover. There were jigs and rails 500 miles lay off of my blue suede shoes. There was whiskey in the jar, there was Folsom Prison Blues. And over the years we would play the pubs, and I learned from your craft and trade. From Sherwood like Robin Hood, yet Sweden's where you stayed. You would charm with your charisma and entertain the guests. And at the end of the night you'd give me a wink, say, well, we did our best. But I saw the pain underneath that grin, and I knew you fought the fight with the whiskey and the beer and the abstinence, though you tried with all your might. We played the Foggy Doo and Molly Malone, we played the Drunken Sailor, we played Raglan Road and Dirty Old Town, we sang the Wild Rover. There were jigs and rails 500 miles lay off of my blue suede shoes. There was whiskey in the jar, there was Folsom Prison Blues. The last time I saw you, you were crippled by a stroke, sitting home alone with tears in your eyes, the shadow of a bloke. I took out a bottle of Jameson and poured us both a dram, against the doctor's orders, but you never gave a damn. Then you eyed the guitar on the wall, you hadn't played in years, so I took it down and tuned it up, and you said, give it here. And I grabbed my fiddle, tightened the bow, and plucked the strings one time. You played a chord and gave it a strum, then you sang the very first line. We played the Foggy Doo and Molly Malone, we played the Drunken Sailor, we played Raglan Road and Dirty Old Town, we sang the Wild Rover. There were jigs and rails 500 miles lay off of my blue suede shoes. There was whiskey in the jar, there was Folsom Prison Blues. La da 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 da. There were jigs and rails 500 miles lay off of my blue suede shoes. There was whiskey in the jar, there was Folsom Prison Blues.